Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about subdivisions and rhythms and how this can make you a better musician. My name is Devin Bishop and I do guitar related content and then just covers, gear reviews, those kind of things, and I just try to have fun along the way. So in this video, first I will give you a brief explanation of some of these subdivisions as well as the beat, quarter note, eighth note, 16th note. Then I will demonstrate and give you some examples. And then I'll just give you a brief conclusion and some of my overall thoughts. So first off, whenever we talk about beat, we're talking about a specific unit of time, a specific measured amount of time that pulses throughout the song and is repeated all the way through. Now, the importance of practicing with the metronome is to develop your sense of that pulse and be able to detect where it is all the time, regardless of if the pulse is being heard or if somebody is repetitively playing the pulse, you still want to feel that pulse. Something that I do with my students very often is they'll walk in, I'll ask them if they've been using the metronome, and if they haven't, and even if they have, sometimes I'll just pull up the metronome and we'll just play right along with the beat, and then we'll do the subdivisions that I'm going to show you today. And then I'll tell them that you need to be doing this daily. So to me, the metronome is really kind of like vegetables. It's not all that enjoyable all the time. You know, there are much more tasty foods than vegetables for sure, but it's just one of those things that you need. It's essential for your musical diet. So I've been doing this daily for some years now, and over the past 3 years especially, I have seen a dramatic improvement in my own ability to just detect where the beat is, not only whenever somebody's playing with me, but also whenever I'm just like noodling. I can almost sense where beat 1 is, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, or if there's 5 beats or 3 beats or some other odd measure. So now on to some examples. The first thing we're going to work with is quarter notes. So I'm going to pull up my metronome here and I'm going to set it to 80 beats per minute. And I'm just using my phone here. You can use your DAW, you can use Google and just type in metronome and it actually has a metronome built into Google. You can use some other dedicated software or something, but you want to have a metronome that dictates the beats perfectly every time. So I'm going to set mine to 80 beats per minute. Now quarter notes will just be playing exactly with the beat as it goes. Now what we're going to do first is we're just simply going to count with it. And this is the most basic and simple thing that you can do even before you begin to play. So counting, we'll just count to 4 like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see I'm tapping, right? And you can tap along if you want, but you don't want to play yet. You know, you could even tap your guitar a little bit. But 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the basic pulse. We're not subdividing anything yet. Quarter notes is just the pulse of the music. Now, the first subdivision that we're going to talk about is eighth notes. And this is where we divide the beat into 2. So if we divide the beat into 2, you can count like musicians do, and musicians will count like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That gets a little complicated, and there is a sort of a small learning curve there just to learn and teach yourself to say ands in between each beat. But the most basic thing that you can do is to think of the subdivision, which is 2, and just count to 2 on every beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that will follow suit into other subdivisions. So if you subdivide into 3, you can count to 3. If you subdivide into 4, you can count to 4. So now the next subdivision we're going to talk about is 16th notes. 16th notes will be subdividing the beat into 4 parts. Okay, so that would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now musicians first learn to count this as 1 E endo, 1 E endo, 1 E endo, 1 E endo. And that is 1 E and a. Okay? And then you'll say the next number. Just now I said 1 every time, but technically it would be 1 E endo, 2 E endo, 3 E endo, 4 E endo. And you can learn that if you want, but it's not 100% necessary. Now whenever we get to playing along with the metronome, the most basic thing that you can do is start to just strum your strings like this. So if we start with quarter notes, that'll be like this. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the next would be to move on to eighth notes. And now this is where you get to a little bit of technique, but not much. When we do eighth notes, you'll want to come back up, okay? So now when we do that, again, this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Nice. Okay, so you can see there we're doing down and up now, right? You can also do this with only downs. Your hand would just need to move a little bit faster. Now for 16th notes, you're going to be doubling the amount that you did there. So at this point, you really would want to do down and ups to get this. People do practice only downs, and you can do that for a short amount of time, maybe just pause in between each repetition. But using strumming, that would be like this. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a go. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Now, a simple shortcut that you can do to be able to hear what this would sound like all clicked out on your metronome, if we're subdividing the beat into 2 parts per beat, that basically means you can double the metronome setting, and then you can hear what that would sound like. So if we're looking to hear what eighth notes would sound like, we would go to 160 if we were at 80, and now we'll hear that 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, but it'll click every time like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we would double it again to 320 to hear what all the equal parts of 4 would sound like, or the 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would sound like this. And you can hear the metronome is going crazy through there, right? It's clicking very fast. For people first starting out doing this with the metronome, it can be very hard to learn to subdivide the beat into 16th notes. So hearing that laid out for them perfectly sometimes is essential for them to be able to play with it. And then you can dial it back to 160, and you can dial it back to 80, and then try again. That is a basic exercise that you can do every day, and it would take you just 2 to 3 minutes to work through that. And you can spend more time on it just doing some strums. I promise that you will see results within a couple of weeks. And if you continue this even longer, you'll see this. You'll just continue to improve and just continue to go up with rhythm. And you'll be able to hear rhythms better in songs and just listening to the radio. And then if you're a musician and you're playing with others, you'll be able to hear this a lot more as well. Now, the next thing that you can do is, instead of strumming, take it to 1 string. If we did that, you would have this. 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you did eighth notes, it would be like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And if you did 16th notes, it would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That just took me like 30 seconds to go through. When you're first starting out, it may take you longer, but you can develop the ability to get faster at it. And speed is not the goal. The goal is to develop your ear and your internal pulse, and that's what the metronome is for. Now, if we level it up again, you can do this with scales. So you could have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You could have something like that. You could do it with arpeggios. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You can do it with different arpeggiated shapes. And if you want to check out some arpeggio shapes and the caged system, then you can check out this video here. You can also do this with just basic chords and strumming. So instead of just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, you can involve a chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And you can even practice switching the chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can do different chord progressions, and that can help you practice your ability to switch chords. And there's all kinds of uses for that. Now, the other thing I recommend doing is to put your instrument down and start practicing the metronome without your instrument, so that you can take this on the road and you can practice this not only whenever you're with your instrument, but you can practice it, let's say, whenever you're just riding in your car, or you're watching TV, or you're some other place. You can, one, pull out the metronome, but you can also practice just tapping your foot like a metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can count the eighth notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you can also count 16th notes. So that would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then as you develop that, you can do that with music. So when a song is playing, like if you think of the beat to Sweet Home Alabama, that would be at this metronome setting, right? So you can tap your foot to that metronome setting, and you can do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that will greatly improve your ability to just hear rhythms, practice rhythms, and develop your internal pulse as a musician. So thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe, check out more content, and I will see you in the next one.